What is up, everybody? This is Matt with the Hardcover Comic, and today we are going over He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Character Guide and World Compendium, also featuring She-Ra, Princess of Power. So I've been on a really huge MOTU kick lately, and I really had to kind of cut back on my collection and things of everything kind of nerdy that I collect. So I was like, what is the one thing that I just really kind of want to zero in and focus on? And it's none other than MOTU. And I've done a lot of other MOTU covers, like the newspaper editions, the omnibuses, the character or the episode guide to the animated series, things like that. So I just got this in today. It is absolutely gorgeous. First of all, it's massive. It is a very large book, probably about the size of, maybe a little bit smaller than an Absolute. Maybe like Dark Horse's library editions. I would say it's about that size. And it's a Dark Horse book, so that would make sense. But here's the back. $50 US, $66 Canadian, but of course you can order them cheaper elsewhere. I actually got this one on Amazon. I think it was about 40 bucks. I did have some gift cards and things that paid for it, but it's about 40 bucks. And then again, there's the spine. And Dark Horse did a really good job of kind of matching up the spines for like the newspaper editions and things like that, so they all look really nice and uniform on your shelf. But amazing kind of artwork all throughout this book. You open it up and blam! I mean, this is gorgeous. And you got your title page, and then another just gorgeous cover. I mean, they did an amazing job putting this together and really kind of creating something neat. You have all the different credits here. And then you have your table of contents, and this is going to be kind of important based on the chapters. So chapter 1 is all about the different characters throughout the world of MOTU. Chapter 2, you have beasts, creatures, monsters, etc. Chapter 3, your factions, organizations, species, and races. Chapter 4, artifacts, devices, and weapons. Chapter 5, spells and magic. Chapter 6, locations. And Chapter 7, vehicles and transportation. And this is, I've kind of had a chance to flip through it. I just got this today. It is a sewed binding. Sits very, very nicely. Once I stretch the spine once and it sits beautifully. But they are all literally in alphabetical order, starting with Abram. And if it's someone like, for instance, Adora, who you guys would know as She-Ra, it obviously has multiple pages kind of covering the character because there's more to cover. Whereas if it's just a little one-off character like Akra, then you're just going to have like a little blurb. But it is all completely in alphabetical order, and this literally covers every single character that has ever existed in the MOTU universe, whether it be from the old 80s mini comics, whether that be through the MOTU movie, whether that be through the DC comics, whether that be through the toy line, whether it be through the new He-Man Adventures Out in Outer Space cartoon, whether it be the reboots, whether it be the 2008 MOTU classics. I'm not going to say what to be again because that's just going to be annoying. But yeah, it's literally covers every single character you could ever think of. So yeah, you got Beastman here. Another cool thing, I didn't know, see Blade, I recognized him from the MOTU film, right? But he was never in the animated series. Well, that's how I knew all my characters from MOTU back in the day, was from the animated series. I didn't realize he was an actual character prior to the movie. I honestly thought that Blade was just some made-up character because they couldn't afford to get, like, Merman or something. I had no clue that Blade was actually a real character. I was kind of shocked by it. Same thing with, like, Gwendolyn, whatever the little wizard's name is from MOTU, the movie that created the Cosmic Key. He was a character prior to the movie too. I had no idea. I was like, I thought these were just made up characters. But now I know, thanks to this book. But anyways, we're going to flip through it kind of fast here. It literally has every single character you could ever think of, though. It talks about their origins and how sometimes, depending on what toy line it is, their origin changes, etc. Here we have the man of the hour, Mr. He-Man himself. Obviously, he's going to have a lot more to cover. So he has multiple pages to cover his stuff, as you can see. But then we move on. You got Hordak, and let's see, Montana, Prince Adam was in there, Rattler, Good old Skeletor, Snout Spout. That was one of my favorites. Stinkor. One of the greatest toys ever was Stinkor. Such a good one. But anyways, yeah, so you're just moving on. Trapjaw, one of my all-time favorite villains. Whiplash. All the way through Zontos. So Abram through Zontos is who you have there. And then you go into the beasts, the creatures, the etceteras. So it goes into like Cringer and Battle Cat and Panther and everything else in between. And then we move into chapter 3, which is factions, organizations, species, and races. I mean, this dives deep, and it's so well put together, and the pages are nice and thick. It's definitely a book that you can, appreciate and have on your shelf, and people, when they come over, they'll want to look at. It's really, really, really well done. This is not a cheaply made book at all. Like I said, sewn binding. Gets the nice headbands and tailbands here that match. Excited about that. You guys know how I feel. The only thing that could make it better would be a ribbon bookmark. It's the only thing that could make this even slightly better. But yeah, I'm just kind of going through this a little bit quick here. Then we go into like your sceneries and things like that, places. And I've been diving kind of through this and flipping through it and looking at everything, and I gotta say, I absolutely love it. Like, it is so cool. It takes me back. Like I said, there's a lot of things that I learned that I never knew about. This is literally like an encyclopedia for all things MOTU, whether you're into the show, whether you're into the toys, whether you're into the comics, whatever it be. It's got something for everyone in here. It's really, really neat. So... yeah. And then you get to the back, and it talks about all the other books that you can collect. Need it, got it, need it. No, I'm kidding. I need that one, which is Art of the Masters of the Universe. I do not have that one yet. The episode guide, newspaper edition, compendium guide, which we have here, mini comics, which I also have. So I'm just missing the Art of He-Man is the one that I'm currently missing. And there it is too, a big giant ad that says, hey, get the Art of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I think Tim Seeley had a lot to do with that one, actually. And then you have the back here with the cover boards, and I mean, this is just gorgeous art throughout. It is so freaking cool to see. I absolutely love this stuff. And then the end. So there you have it, folks. MOTU encyclopedia, more or less in a nutshell. It's super amazing. It's really cool. If you're a MOTU fan, it is an absolute must-have. If you have any questions, please leave them below. If you have any questions about certain characters or comments that I can look up for you and provide information on, have an argument with a friend, let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you out. Until then, the power is yours.